Welcome back to Horizon Zero Dawn. Last time, we helped out the Osram and the Free Pit, or Free Heap. And now, and we also cleared out the last bandit camp at the Shattered Kiln. Now we're about to head into Maker's End, also known as the, or formerly known as the office complex of, and headquarters of the ancient organization known as Faro Automated Systems. Not sure exactly what we'll find here, but supposedly this is where we need to go to get answers for who Elizabeth Sobek was and why I look, or why she looks like me. Okay, so that's probably in the building itself. Cultist treasure, sniper, corrupted watcher, more cultists. Huh, there it is. Go ahead and take this off then.
As guards. The Eclipse security machines. Cooperating. One happy family.
Great. So whatever corrupting the machines is either working with Eclipse or Eclipse is the cause of it. Either way, that's not a good combination.
Eclipse, just like he said.
Forged Earth Delvers made off with any witches long ago, but not the ancients buried in the ground.
We're under attack. I'm looking right at her.
Got anything?
You don't see me. That's right.
Down for now, brothers.
Another watcher.
Do not rest. There could be more.
Always pick off the straggler.
Digging an entrance. All hard work, no danger. Almost makes me
Shit.
Lucky me.
There we go.
These dig sites, they're massive.
Another tank. Hey, Salty. Good to know you're still alive. Okay, looks like there's more things. Cryptid Watcher. Huh.
All these ruins. What
Which
do you
grocery
see?
store chain is that? Oh shit, a corruptor. Ah yeah, Walmart. Uh-huh. Yeah, definitely dog shit. Looks like it makes sense now.
Snow chill, bitches.
Eclipse somehow managed to get control of the corruptors, and they're using the corruptors to control the other machines. Fucking great. Let's see if I can... Alright. Alright. Took out sentries. You're isolated. not looking... I'm not liking the look of the sky right now.
Heard something above.
You didn't hear nothing. You're crazy.
They found a destroyer next to that frostbitten tower. That's not gonna do it. It's great without a strike.
Told you didn't hear anything. Alright, now it's just the Corruptor.
A corruptor. Be the challenge.
Joy casually getting a shiny golden or Goldine with max IVs and a life orb from a surprise trade. Nice! Well, I'm not sure exactly what a life orb does, but happy for you. Oh. Well, hey, it's, you didn't hack it, so who cares, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure Tattle was hacked, but I'm not complaining, because I didn't hack from it. I got it from Sly, who got it from, a Wonder Trade, so... What the hell was that? Deathbringer. The body is weak to fire and shock. It's got a repeating cannon, or repeater cannon turrets. Weak to everything. Cooling rods. Exposed when the machine overheats. Destroying the component causes the high damage to the machine and causes it to overheat faster. Core. Hit the component when it's exposed. Oh, okay, so this exposes the core when it's overheated. It's got flamethrowers, grenade launchers, heat vents, gun turrets. It can be picked up and used after it's been detached to the machine. Interesting. Swarm launcher, stabilizers, and heavy gun turrets. It gives you shards, metal vessels, crystal braiding, Deathbringer lenses, Deathbringer hearts, metal burn, and machine core. Lightning rod and a water type. If lightning rod negates all electric damage as well as redirecting it to yourself, that's actually pretty powerful. If it doesn't, then you're boned.
Another explosion.
That's Deathbringer, huh? Great.
All weapons operational. Time to get it moving. And be quick about it. No daydreaming.
Looks like it can't move yet.
Has to be one of the Deathbringers Olin talked about. I'll never get into that tower. Unless I destroy that thing first.
Alright, so the sentries are gone. At least most of them. It's sham stuck, huh? Yeah, that's not hiding it very well.
Focus. It stopped working. I've disabled his focus. What is it doing?
I'll handle it. Steam's blasting out. I wonder if there's a weakness.
Get him.
Okay, it's just you and me, Deathbringer.
Okay. Did it. Those things back.
Enjoy. sell that later. Let's go ahead and get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. Be able to replace those pretty easily. Get rid of that. Blaze is usually pretty easy to come by. Same with chill water. And sparkers.
Punch. All right. The Eclipse officer had a focus. Let's see what's on it. Let's see what you have to say.
Well, take the Master Ball, Salty. Don't complain about it.
What is this?
The entity lives. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Well, shit.
What the hell was that? Hades? Hey! Mysterious stranger, did you see that? No answer, huh? Figures. Things just keep getting stranger. I need to find a way inside the tower. It's tight, but I can squeeze through.
Yeah.
Hold for identiscan.
One of these again.
Well, that sucks.
Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. Please step inside.
I'm not Sobek, I'm Aloy. Why does this thing think I'm someone I'm not? Oh, fair automated solutions. Oops, my bad.
You are 355,510 days overdue for your meeting with Mr. Fair.
What the fuck?
Wait. 350,000. That's hundreds of years ago. What's going on?
That's more than hundreds, Aloy. That's thousands. Whereas Chris using Team America #1. Project Ace is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Well, there's something I can scan.
The protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, quantum encryption, black quartz stuff, way beyond military grade. That's what you demanded. So that's what we delivered.
You don't code something you can't crack. All we need is a backdoor. Upload the latest service pack update and the problem goes away.
You specifically forbade us from leaving anything resembling a backdoor in code. Every protocol is a Black Quartz standard. Your words. Look, if you need me to fudge some projections, it's nothing we haven't done before.
I don't need fudged projections. I need a way to reassert control over the Heart's Timor swarm.
I don't know what to tell you, Ted. You're asking the impossible.
So, codes. They needed codes of some kind to control the machines. But they got out of control. Sounds bad.
The hell is going on here? Nope, Sly was. Although I asked him to. Because technically, for some reason, he's considered the original trainer. I think he got it off of... I don't know how. Salty, Sly barely knows type coverages. Do you really think he knows enough about Pokemon to hack it? I'm just saying that Tattle has perfect IVs and Pixelate, and is shiny. Well, he was an Eevee at the time, but you know what I mean.
Oh, a statue of one, anyway. A machine built to kill. And they honored it?
Welcome to Faro Automated Solutions, where all the problems of tomorrow are being solved today. With over 25,000 human employees based in nations and corporate holdings across the globe, Faro leads the world in every sector of self-sustaining, fully automated technology. From revolutionary consumer products close to home, like the Faro Focus, to the dynamic Chariot line of peacekeeping robots halting bloodshed in conflict zones across the globe, Faro remains committed to making the future smarter, brighter, safer, and always surprising. Faro Automated Solutions. For every problem of life, a smart solution.
So they made the Focus. 25,000 people? That's bigger than a tribe. So they made machines and devices. I guess those things were common in their world.
Maybe he was traded it as an egg. I don't know. Reception log. July 7th, 2064, 9:54 a.m. Field Commandant Deinig of the Indo-Malay Agricultural Combine arrived with his delegation. Refreshments to be served before their 10:15 a.m. sales presentation on the Chariot line. Per instructions, food will be vegetarian only. 10:07 a.m. Senator Agnew, Vice President of Territorial Integrity from Fresh Grounds Coffee Global, arrived with his entourage. Refreshments to be served before their 10:30 a.m. sales presentation on the Chariot line. Per instructions, we'll use Fresh Grounds Tacoma blend, no artificial creamers. 10:12 a.m. So that happened. Called security and janitorial to clean up the coffee that was spilled. Actually more like thrown. I wasn't aware that the Indo-Malay Combine grows coffee beans, and that Fresh Grounds acquisition team has tried to take their fields by force repeatedly. I think Commandant Dang had Agnew by the hair for a second there. Who scheduled these things? I'm gonna drop a line to sales. This can't happen again. But were corporations actively fighting? What the hell is going on?
What was this place? What was...
Bio Elizabeth Sobeck. Elizabeth Sobeck, born March 11th, 2020, is an American scientist, roboticist, and engineer, widely regarded as one of the greatest minds of the 21st century. Born and raised outside Carson City, Nevada, she enrolled at Stanford University at age 13, earning a Bachelor's of Science in Experimental Physics and Computer Science at age 16. She completed her PhD in Robotics and Artificial Intelligence Design at Carnegie Mellon University in 2040 and joined Faro Automated Solutions as a junior scientist the same year, rising quickly to chief scientist at the age of 22. Over the next 8 years, her green robotics designs played a vital role in realizing the environmental cleanup and detoxification efforts of the clawback decade, propelling FAS to the forefront of its field. In 2048, she suddenly resigned from FAS, protesting the company's pivot to automated military technologies. In 2049, she founded the Miriam Technologies, a firm devoted to the life-positive robotics and other technologies. Miriam has since become one of the world's largest suppliers of green robots, winning numerous awards and accolades, including the 2053 Nobel Prize for Physics and the 2056 Rachel Carson Award for Environmental Progress. Theodore Ted Faro, born December 24th, 2013, is an American entrepreneur and business magnate. He is the founder of Faro Automated Solutions, FAS, the largest corporation of all time, the world's wealthiest individual, and the first ever trillionaire. Born and raised in Salt Lake City, Utah, he enrolled at the University of California, Los Angeles, where he studied business for 2 years before dropping out in 2033 to start FAS. Though it struggled at first, the company broke through at the end of the troubled 2030s with its popular lines of personal servitors and bodyguard bots, then exploded when its famous line of green robots led the race to solve the climate crisis during the 2040s clawback. At the end of the decade, FAS opened a military defense branch, dominating the world market for automated military platforms by 2053. The success of FAS has made Mr. Faro the world's best-known businessman, one of its most sought-after speakers, and a major voice in politics, culture, and international affairs. Faro Automated Solutions is an American multinational corporate entity that produces robots for all walks of life, though its core business consists of military and defense contracts. As of 2063, FAS has ranked number 1 among Fortune 5 by gross revenue and profit for 10 years in a row, a world record. Founded in 2033 by Theodore Ted Faro, an entrepreneur from Salt Lake City, Utah, the company developed several promising robot prototypes in its early years, but failed to break into the markets dominated by the then industry giants like General Synthetics and RE Corp. This changed in 2038 with the debut of the Alfred line of levitating personal servers, which generated exceptional sales, lifting the company into the Fortune 50 for the first time. Profits tripled in the 2040s as the company's environmental efforts, led by famed engineer Elizabeth Sobeck, catapulted FAS to the head of that sector. In 2049, in the wake of successful green and climate cleanup efforts around the globe, world approval ratings of FAS exceeded 90%, and founder Ted Faro was hailed across the media and social networks as the man who saved the world. Yet it was the emergence of the FAS as a military contractor in the late 2040s that cemented its status as the world's wealthiest corporation, with a record market capitalization of over $23 trillion. By 2055, FAS controlled 61% of the market share for automated military platforms, holding contracts with 353 nations, trans-governmental organizations, and corporate entities. Today, its holdings exceed the second largest corporation, FB Mobile HAL Global, by 321%. Okay, so if anyone had the theory of Horizon Zero Dawn backstory being Ace Combat 3, you might be onto something. Corporation. An association of individuals created under authority of law, having existence, powers, and liabilities distinct from those of its members. In a business sense, a corporation is usually owned by shareholders, though the sale or distribution of stock, who profit from such ownership, vote at designated times for its governance and designate executives who run its affairs. Most corporations engage in one or more industries to promote or to produce goods or offer services for profit, and may in turn own other corporations, companies, or property as holdings.
It was a corporation. A group of people not unlike a tribe. And they made machines.
Yeah, go on.
I've uploaded some data files to your Focus. They'll help you understand.
Just read those.
Now, I know this must seem like a bizarre change in direction. I mean, we're Faro Automated Solutions, right? #1 robotics firm in the world. Why would we clear our production slate to fabricate human-operated vehicles and weapon systems, the relics of the past? All I can say at this juncture is... trust me. We will be exploiting a massive, growth opportunity by retooling and reallocating capacity according to my plan. So I will need revised projections of mass fabrication velocity across every pipeline within 36 hours.
So they were making machines, then they stopped to make other kinds of weapons. Why?
And it went from a downgrade. They were making automated stuff. And then they just abruptly went a 180 and started making, by all intents and purposes, lower tech weapons. That'd be like the United States Air Force demanding that Lockheed and Northrop Grumman and Boeing stop making F-22s, Super Hornets, and B-2 Spirits, and instead start making P-51 Mustangs, F-6F Hellcats, and B-17 bombers. Why would they do that? Nostalgia. Maybe.
The air. There's no smell to it. Not even Old Death. Nothing natural.
Hey, Nugget. So we're in the belly of the ruins of Faro Automated Solutions, where we are starting to learn about the old corporation, how it used to be the premier robotics company of the old world until it suddenly shifted course and started making essentially centuries old tech. And apparently I have a 97.4% genetic similarity to one of the people who worked at this place, Dr. Elizabeth Sobek, which is why I'm able to get in here. From J. Friedkin to reception, responding to complaint. Hey, reception, if that's your real name. Want to know who scheduled Indo Melee right next to Fresh Grounds? That would be me, Senior VP of Sales. Want to know why? That little hair-pulling incident, or after that little hair-pulling incident, both sides increased their bids by 40%. I'll explain, because your receptionist-level brain probably requires it. Those two sides are fighting. And what do we sell? That's right! Combat machines! We want them to hate each other. So they will try to fight each other with what? That's right again! Combat machines, which they will pay us a lot of money for. So I suggest you go back to serving coffee with a blank smile and let me do my much more complicated job. Thanks so much, Mr. Friedkin, to you. Oh, and apparently, back in the old world, corporations took the idea of hostile takeover to its logical conclusion.
They could get through.
Oh, jeez. Okay, well.
Looks like I can climb here.
Yeah. Well, I did say that if anybody had the theory for the old world being essentially the electrosphere, you might be onto something. Next thing you know, we see the Fornius. At this point, I'm not ruling anything out. There's stairs that way. Well, there's nothing in here. Oh, here's something. FAS Campus Security Log. High priority alert. Automated login, or log note. All non-essential systems have entered hibernation. High priority alert. Automated log note. Full lockdown has been initiated. Due to increasing frequency of violent protests targeting the campus, the security of FAS employees can no longer be guaranteed. Therefore, we have taken the difficult decision to shutter this facility indefinitely. Staff will be briefed on a block-by-block basis regarding proper procedure for achieving and/or disposal of project-related data and materials. HiSec and a crisis team will then conduct exit review before all areas are locked down. Priority messaging to all staff in E and F blocks. Repeat. Treat the current lockdown situation as an exercise, but do not attempt to release the hatches or otherwise exit the building. Reminder that while HiSec personnel remain committed to the employee safety during the current Unfortunate events. Personal firearms must be relinquished when presenting for Identiscan. Additional public access roads en route to the campus have now been closed due to relative waiting time at outer security cordons. HiSec reminds all staff that the campus remains off limits to the public. Following recent campus security issues, all staff are reminded that presenting for Identiscan and displaying your security badge... no, I don't think I'm spectrumed. Following recent campus security issues, all staff are reminded that presenting for Identiscan and displaying your security badge promptly at all times for image analytics are both mandatory. In light of recent act of terrorism directed at the rampant transit system, HiSec now offers a Big Brother initiative to accompany staff traveling from off-site. Sign-up is required and strongly encouraged. 48 more entries and high-priority additional entries corrupted. Something is not right.
They blamed this place for something. Something bad.
Spiritual Summit. From Ted Faro to Paula Vasaria, Spiritual Summit. Paula, recent events have sharpened my perspective, and I think that I and FAS in general have been neglecting the spiritual side of things. Not under any specific religious framework, of course, but in a more general sense, as in not giving enough thought to our shared values, hopes, and aspirations for the afterlife. I'd like you to reach out to religious leaders of every stripe with the intention of scheduling a conference soon. Very soon. I'll have more thoughts about the agenda later, but for now let's put out some feelers and see if we can lock something in. Make it a big tent. No kooks, but anyone with a credible audience. Let's go deluxe. Make it clear we'll spare no expense. Thanks, Ted. Okay, so... apparently Faro started having an interest in the afterlife. Well, with the terrorist attacks against Faro Industries, I can kind of see that. I mean, people would want his head on a platter. And what the hell is this room? Oh, these consoles look active. Let's go ahead and...
The ACA-3 Scarab combines conventional and information warfare capabilities in one package. Designed for high-speed, all-terrain reconnaissance. It boasts the world's highest survivability rating of any Scout-class autonomous agent. Maybe it's the Scarab's emergency biomass conversion systems that ensure it always makes it back to base, even if fuel supply lines have been interdicted. Or maybe it's the Scarab's ability to slave enemy robots to its own network. Now that's force multiplication. Add a prehensile manipulator arm that can handle a host of functions, from 360-degree less lethal riot management to surgical repairs of Allied chariot line models. And you've got the workhorse of any cutting-edge peacekeeping fleet.
The Corruptor. Slave enemy robots to its own network. It sounds like it's talking about how it corrupts machines.
Okay, Nugget redeemed ad time, so I'll go ahead and run a 30-second ad. allow you guys to refill water bottles or do whatever.
The BOR-7 Horus. Imagine your complete engagement ecosystem comprehensively managed by a high-speed learning machine network. Whether your need is to replace battlefield losses or intensify force projection, the Horus's onboard manufacturing capabilities mean you'll never get stuck waiting for the next arms delivery. Simply redefine your force parameters, and the Horus will fabricate additional units to fill the ranks for an affordable per-unit licensing fee. Meanwhile, the biomass conversion systems of other Chariot line models allow them to keep the Horus fueled, repaired, and ready, extending its operational tolerances beyond that of any competing Titan-class platform. That's the Horus advantage. Always regulating, always ready. The future of automated warfare made real today.
The Metal Devil. So these were farm machines too. Manufacturing capabilities. They can make more of themselves. Then how would you ever stop them?
The FSP-5 Khopesh provides a one-size-fits-all solution to main battle force capability. Metamaterial construction delivers unmatched recoil dampening, allowing you to field any weapon package that conforms to your budget needs and conflict resolution profile. Patented biomass conversion systems allow extended emergency operations with minimal environmental impact. Multilinear target processing provides simultaneous real-time threat analysis and legal review for autonomous domestic operations. Or control can be slaved to the Swarm's neural network for weapons-free force application. Either way, when it's time to call out the big guns, it's time to call Khopesh.
The Deathbringer. So this was the heavy hitter. Main battle force indeed. like the way up. What's left of it. Gonna be a long way up. Frozen metal most of the way. Not making this easy, Dr. Sobek. If plants can find a way to hang on up here, guess I can too. Let myself stiffen up.
Crisis that began when they engaged in unauthorized offensive operations against robots and human personnel of the Hearts Timor Energy Combine. Now, I wish that I could relate that the crisis has been exaggerated, but it's not. The Peacekeepers have not responded to stand-down codes, and by all signs, they appear to be replicating at a precipitous rate. Now, what I can promise, can absolutely assure you, is that I am already devoting every possible resource towards reaching a speedy conclusion to this issue. So when you hear the bad talk about us against this company in the days, maybe weeks to come, just bear in mind that we will get past this. That a day's coming when none of this will matter.
Peacekeepers. That's what they called their machines. They were built for war, not peace.
No, my mic is not on. Shit. I muted it for the ad break. So yeah, apparently the Faro machines can convert biomass to energy. They can replicate themselves at a preposterous rate. And according to Ted Faro, he wanted them to not have a back door. Probably so the enemy couldn't hack into them, you know, for security reasons. And then somehow, one of those swarms, they lost control of them. So you have autonomous, essentially locusts, running loose. This is very bad. From Stacy Anders to Robert Rescher, subject Dolphin Vid. Bob, another problem to add to our big steaming pile. Apparently, a fisherman in the Banda Sea captured a video of a Hearts Timor Horus unit refueling via biomatter conversion along the shoreline of the Pulau Watar. On a pod of endangered dolphins, no less. Quite possibly the last of their kind. Not to get graphic, but it looks like what happens inside a blender, as if the robot was whipping up a big pink swirling milkshake of dolphin chum. Our suppression team has scrubbed it from 43 networks, but it's propagating, so it's only a matter of time before it goes viral. Prepared statement feels grossly insufficient. Any suggestions? This one's a real stinker. Stacy Anders, VP PR, or Vice President of Public Relations, FAS. So when they lost control, they really lost control.
The way up. All it takes is a few good handholds. Alright, made it. Wonder what we'll find.
First,
I keep finding these power cells. What do they do?
that would really suck if she missed the rappel point. Jump off. Aw, fuck! Ah! The highest point in Horizon Zero Dawn, I think. We're above the cloud line, that's for sure.
All data has been erased from this device. Do you wish to deploy Alpha privileges to recover purged data?
Oh yes, I believe I do.
A file has been recovered.
Elizabeth, good to, it's been years.
Where's your legal team, Ted?
No need. I dropped all 18 lawsuits the moment you landed. I assume your data confirms this.
Alright, this promises to be interesting.
Perhaps we could have lunch brought in. You know, get reacquainted.
I know you, Ted. You screwed something up, something big, or you wouldn't have eaten the crow necessary to get me here. So, spit it out.
There's a glitch in the chariot line.
You're killing robots?
Peacekeepers, yes, those.
So shut them down.
Obviously, Liz, we would, if we could. They're not responding.
Are you telling me a swarm has gone rogue, Ted?
It's worse than that.
Show me the data then. And I'll take that lunch. Alone.
Ted Faro brought Elizabeth Sobek here, but they hated each other.
Another file has been recovered.
This isn't a glitch. It's a catastrophe.
Fully aware. It's bad.
Bad?
Jesus, Liz.
It's not bad, Ted. It's apocalyptic. You built a line of killer robots.
Peacekeepers.
That consume biomass as fuel.
In emergencies.
And you made them capable of self-replication.
Limited, self-manufacture, controlled.
Not anymore. The glitch severed chain of command. The only nation this swarm answers to now is itself.
You think I did?
Everything else is just food.
And at the rate it's replicating, Ted, it will strip the Earth bare in 15 months. We're not talking fall of civilization. We're talking extinction.
I get it, Liz. So how do I stop it while it's contained?
It's not contained. It can't be.
You know what I mean.
Right. Before the truth gets out, you mean?
Liz, I will do anything you say. Keep working it, and whatever you recommend, I'll do.
I'm gonna hold you to that, Ted.
Our robots threatened all life on Earth. But somehow she defeated them. The world of the old ones fell, but life went on, or we wouldn't be here.
A final file has been recovered.
Project Zero Dawn. Jesus, Liz. There has to be another way.
If there were a nicer way to fix your mess, I would have proposed it.
But this? This? When I asked you to find a cure, I didn't expect it to be worse than the disease.
It's not, Ted. It may be grim, but it's our only chance. Now sign the proposal.
Sign it? I can't sign that.
Yes, you can.
That? Liz, I cannot in good conscience sign that.
You've got a choice, Ted.
I know.
I am speaking to you from a VTOL en route to U.S. Robot Command. In 15 minutes, I meet with General Harris and the rest of the Joint Chiefs.
What? Are you crazy?
Now your choice is what I tell them. Sign, and I'll tell them the wealthiest corporation on Earth has guaranteed the funds necessary to build Zero Dawn. Exactly as I've designed it. Or don't sign, and I will make sure they and everyone else on this planet knows the real cause of the glitch.
Jesus, Liz. You don't have to threaten me. I'll sign.
Look on the bright side, Ted. From here on out, you get to do what you've always been good at. Footing the bill while others get their hands dirty.
God forgive me.
What made her solution so terrible? What did she do to stop the robots?
Executive access detected. Express lift opened.
So, the Pharaoh robots had three major factors that made them competitive compared to the other corporations. They were unhackable. No backdoor. So no one could get in. 2, they could self-replicate, meaning that for a small licensing fee, you could order your Horus unit that you've bought to make whatever units you needed. You wouldn't have to keep rebuying stuff. And 3, the robots feed on biomass. Oh, and 4, they could hack any automated any robot. We've seen the Corruptor do that. And I'm willing to bet that the corruption, that poisons-like effect that hurts if you get too close,
Focus could turn something up.
I'm willing to bet that's the biomass conversion.
This doesn't add up. Sobek couldn't have been my mother. She lived ages ago. All this searching, and I'm still no closer.
That's your reaction to everything you've just learned? To whine like a spoiled child?
You should really try talking that way to me face to face.
As you wish. Do you really have no idea How monumental are the discoveries you just made, Aloy? I expected more of you.
So, you have a face. Got a name to go with it?
Of all the questions you could ask right now, that's the one you choose. I've spent decades searching the ruins of the Old Ones, trying to solve the mystery of what happened to them. For years, I've suspected that Faro robots destroyed their civilization, but I could never confirm it. And in minutes, you uncover more ancient knowledge than I have in a lifetime. And what you want to know is my name.
Yes.
Silence. That's my name. Now, why don't you try asking another question? Something less trivial.
All right, Silence. You've made your point. I came to these ruins hoping to learn more about this Elizabeth Sobek. And I have, but I still don't understand my connection to her. Or why the Eclipse is trying to kill me. Or who Hades is. No answers, just one question after another.
Exactly. Which is why it's time to expand your frame of inquiry. Only then will you see just how big your problems really are.
What exactly are you talking about?
You've chased a personal riddle into a crowd of larger mysteries. The common thread is your connection to Elizabeth Sobek.
But what is that connection? She couldn't have been my mother if she lived centuries ago.
We don't know the connection yet. The only way to find out is to keep going, to keep making discoveries. Thanks to you, we've only just now learned that Faro robots once threatened to end life on Earth.
But it didn't happen. The Old One's civilization was destroyed, but life was saved.
Obviously. So, what did Elizabeth do? How did she stop the robots before all was lost?
What was Project Zero Dawn?
Exactly the question. Now, are you ready to go get the answer?
Of course I am.
Then why are you still standing here?
Fuck you, Silence. Okay, so it sounds like Zero Dawn. My theory is that it was some sort of super weapon that Elizabeth built, maybe like a massive EMP blast or something similar that would fry all electronics, which is why Faro started producing older tech so it wouldn't be affected by the EMP blast. That could work, but then maybe it went wrong, and that's what caused the fall of civilization. And over time, we just forgot everything. That's the best theory I got right now.
Not so fast, Silence. You've got some explaining to do.
I've told you quite enough. If you've still got questions, be quick about it and stop wasting my time.
So far as I can tell, the Eclipse are just following orders. It's Hades who wants me dead. Who is he?
I don't know. The Eclipse described him as a buried shadow, some kind of devil.
That thing that spoke to me outside, that made that focus explode. That was Hades. It didn't seem like a person or a machine. More like a phantom. With a terrible voice.
All that's certain is that he wants you dead.
Because of my connection to Elizabeth. Has to be.
Hades is using the Eclipse to resurrect Faro robots.
But if Elizabeth found a way to stop them centuries ago, if she made special weapons, maybe Hades is worried I'll do the same thing.
In some of the ancient data I've recovered, there are hints of so-called super weapons being developed. Maybe to stop the robots, the civilization of the Old Ones had to destroy itself. Now if that's enough talking, be on your way.
Oh no. I'm just getting started. You've been getting a free ride on my focus, risking nothing while I risk everything. All I have to do is take this thing off my head, and you'll be blind, deaf, and dumb. So quit complaining and answer my questions.
Very well. Proceed.
Ayla's got you by the short ones there, Silence.
You said you've known for some time that Faro war machines destroyed the civilization of the old ones.
The evidence pointed that way. But until now, I never knew the full scope of their danger. That they could process organic matter into fuel, or that the Horus class could manufacture more robots. Like a cauldron on legs.
But the robots we've seen so far, the Corruptors and Deathbringers, they don't do those things.
Not yet, anyway. So far, we haven't encountered any that are undamaged. At full power, who knows what they're capable of?
Who are you, Silence? And what are your intentions?
You really need to make this personal? I'm a lone wanderer who left his tribe behind a long time ago. An explorer of forbidden places, a searcher of lost knowledge. Exactly as I said.
Why do you know so much about the Eclipse?
I happen to know a lot about a lot of things. If what you're really asking is whether I work for the Eclipse or anyone else, I don't. I'm nothing if not independent.
Uh-huh.
You've been using my focus to spy on me. How's that possible?
Every focus emits a signal, a voice, that only other focuses can hear. I know how to string those voices together, how to make them talk to each other, to communicate, even over vast distances.
How do you learn to do that?
Years of study and experimentation. In principle, it's not so different from how you override machines. I override focuses.
And you can spy through other Eclipse's focuses too.
Usually. All I'll say is that overriding the connections is complicated.
Is there any chance that Elizabeth Sobek could still be alive somehow?
It's highly unlikely, but not impossible. Some of the ancient data I've recovered includes mentions of life extension techniques. Pharmaceuticals mostly, an ancient word for medicine. But some were still trying to perfect ways of freezing and unfreezing people.
Freezing and unfreezing people?
Cryogenics, they called it. But there were problems with it. Given Elizabeth's technological acumen, I can't definitively rule out that she found a way to make herself immortal. But this is speculation. Wasting time.
Elizabeth told Ted Faro she was headed for a place called U.S. Robot Command to tell people about Zero Dawn.
The place still exists as a ruin. The Oseram call it the Grave Horde.
Grave Horde? Cheery name.
Great.
You'll find it in the Eastern Mountains, buried under the tangled coils of a metal devil, or a BOR-7 Horus, rather, as we're learning to call them. I'll contact you when you get there.
I can't wait. Someday we'll meet in person, and your manners had better be improved.
There are problems with it.
Well,
Perhaps
getting down
a
with
frozen
that,
head
that's
is a
taking me
problem.
up here, at least. U.S. Robot Command next. To learn the secrets of Zero Dawn.
Oh shit. I hit X instead of triangle. Yeah. Probably not the best idea. Brain freeze. Okay. So, quests. We do have a side quest. And where is he located? Oh, kind of by the bandit camp, okay. We can also use this chance to sell some of the stuff that we've collected. 'Cause we're out of room in our inventory. Again. Yep, Aloy is definitely a very busy girl. Okay, so mark. I probably don't need that much metal burn, since I don't usually use corruption arrows.
We put our backs. The Sun King owes his life to an outlander. What a strange time to live in.
Not so strange.
Stocking up.
It's so bittersweet. Like a smile with bloody teeth.
What's the matter? You look disappointed.
Oh, the bandit plans are gone. I hear another turned back at the southern plains, just at a sniff of the legend we carved.
That's what all this bloodshed was for, to end the bandit threat.
But now there's nothing left to kill. Unless... No.
I guess this is our last farewell.
After all we've been through, this isn't the place for that. There's a mesa south of Meridian with a view of the spear shafts. Meet me there.
Right, okay. Yeah, I hope it's not a trap either. But I think I can take him. Yeah, I don't know what he's bringing with him, but he strikes me as the sort who would want to take, or even if this was a trap, he strikes me as the sort that wants to fight his own battle. So I think it's going to be a one-on-one if it comes down to that. He prefers the thrill of the fight. So, apparently he cleared, or there was a trap, and he cleared the way. Interesting.
Keep that.
Excuse me. Let me just, Ooh, metal flower. Flow, softly flow, by lawn and lea, a rivulet then a river. Nowhere by these steps shall be forever and forever. But here will sigh thine alder tree, and thine asper shiver, and here by thee will hum the bee, forever and forever. 1,000 suns will stream on thee, 1,000 moons will quiver, but not by thee my steps shall be, forever and forever. Aloy's just kind of wandering around, gathering, looting everything, and he's just standing like, come on, fight me already! And he's like, I will get to you in a minute. All right. Psychological warfare from Aloy.
No. I did wonder on my way here. Well, if you were luring me into an ambush.
Where's the fun in that? Some bandit sprawl would never have done for our arena. But this, much better. There's a sense of drama. So, what do you say? How about we try to kill each other?
What?
Wait. You brought me out here to ask if I want to fight you?
To the death. We'll save it, because we only get this one time.
Actually, I don't know what else I expected.
No, I don't want to kill you.
I'm flattered that you think of me this way, but I don't want to kill you.
Don't be hasty. When it's life against death, hunter against hunter, I know it'll come to you.
Is that really what you want, Nil? You know, I don't think you have a death wish. What you have might be worse, but I see there might be a need for you in this world.
I don't understand.
I won't fight you. That's my decision. You can respect it, or try to shoot me in the back as I go.
Then it's over. Your last arrow is the cruelest.
Okay, so he had a creepy Andres crush on me. Ah, Jesus Christ.
Might need that.
Why does everyone have that kind of thing for redheads? I mean, Aaron was cute. Same with Varl. Avad was a little kind of inappropriate because of his, you know, I'd be the rebound girl and he's the Sun King, so a little inappropriate there, but that guy was just fucking creepy. Redheads are the sexiest. I mean, you're not wrong. Okay. Well, let's head back to Sunfall, take care of this last corrupted zone. And, go from there. Just a side thought, imagine Marilyn Monroe with her natural red hair. Yep. Alright, since we're going against corrupted machines, corrupted behemoths. Ah, fuck. Okay, so let's meet the Terror Blaster.
Down.
Okay. Took one of the little ones out. Another one of the little ones are gone.
Now they're hunting me.
Alright. Now it's just the two biggins. Fuck! Oh God! Well, last corrupted zone down. I'm gonna need to go hunting.
Perfect.
Alright, let's head to Sunfall. Shadow cards don't appear to care that I'm here, so that's helpful. There's a Banuk sign up there. Usually that means there's something to grab. Hit! And there it is.
A relic of some...
Tick-tick. Falsely accused. Exiled. Starving and cold. I faltered. This I confess. As the death chills overcame me, I lost will and purpose, and felt the bottomless callousness of fate. But then, a vision. I saw in my mind's eye an endless white plain, with only a single figure waiting. It was you. And I knew, in death if not in life, I would see you again. When the chills faded, I rose with new hope. I would paint my mark here for you, in anticipation of our meeting, and leave you with this offering, that will never touch the warmth of your hands.
Probably Banuk.
Ow! Let's see. Okay, I can't craft any of those. Bye-bye, turkey. You love it when the pro streamers fuck up like you. Well, I'm not exactly what I would consider a pro streamer. Fire killing, don't need that. It's freeze rhyme. Need corruption glaze.
Why have you come to Sunfall? The Grave Hoard is where you belong.
You make it sound so attractive, Silence.
The Eclipse knows you're alive, Aloy. If their agents see you at Sunfall, you will be overwhelmed.
Well, that's certainly ominous. Isn't hunger supposed to keep you sharp? Keep forgetting what I was doing. She's very pale. Is she unwell?
Yes. She's a fighter, but the fever on her won't lift. It only burns hotter. Her name is Shiana, my sister.
Isn't there anyone in Sunfall who can help?
We're refugees. We know our place. And there's only one healer in the territory. He's difficult. His soul is in shadow.
His soul is in shadow.
Galiv. That's him. He's very clever, but he has little care for people. Perhaps the desert scoured it all away. Perhaps he was always like that. Either way, I know he won't help us.
Well, I'll see about that. Where would I find him?
Last I heard, he was patching up soldiers at Blazon Arch. Another border battle.
Alright.
I'll keep the moon from your brow.
Just, you know, maybe they won't recognize me if I'm not in Nora garb. There we go. Carja Aloy! And it's black, so Shadow Carja, right? Moment of truth.
Nobody has known the temptation of heresy. Not even Uthid.
Well,
As to the
suck it, Silence. They let me in. Well, yeah, Nugget, but these guys don't have IFFs. Nope, not that one. That one, that one. Yoink. Now, let's see here. Antidote. Alright.
This will be useful later.
Let's go ahead and explore the city.
The subway.
It's not like it's in at least.
Right.
I could afford to be more discerning about who I did business with.
Right. Alright, let's go to the Blazing Arch. Which is here. And get the healer to come back to Sunfall to help the girl. All right.
Another savage. At least he's not as bad as Meridian.
Fuck you.
Are you Galeev, the healer?
I had planned to spend the day gazing at the lands of my exile and feeling sorry for myself, but you're not from Sunfall, so this could be interesting.
I came from the tent city there. There's a sick girl. Her brother told me about you.
The answer is no.
What?
No, I can't spare the medicine, nor my time to administer it. My resources are already spread thin. Thin as the soiled cloths I have to use for dressings.
Why won't you help?
Look at it from my perspective. What meager goods I can get must be smuggled in. That's expensive. The behemoth's share goes to the military. Of course, there are the demands of the Citadel. Helis's kestrels are so prone to sticky ends. What's left, that's for the nobles, who can pay well for my services.
Look at it from my perspective. A little girl is sick.
I think we are calling to each other across an ideological impasse.
What if I make
What's
you help?
stopping me from just making you do it?
I'd have to cause a situation. And you wouldn't harm the only healer disgraced enough to work for the Shadow Carja, would you?
Well, we've only just met, but yes, it's tempting.
Take it up with the Citadel. They decide who lives and dies. Nothing you can do would compare to my punishment if I use the last of my stock on a tent girl.
You're kind of an ass, healer.
There's no cure for a conscience, but in this line of work, I've built up an immunity to it. And yet, if you feel so strongly about this one girl, perhaps we can make a deal. My charity for a Thunderjaw heart.
That's not how charity works.
It is how deals work. You'd settle my debts. For a while.
Those parts aren't exactly easy to come by.
As it happens, a Thunderjaw prowls the Valley of Omens, north and west of here. I know it well because they expect me to put its victims back together. Runaways, mostly.
If I do this, it's not for you.
Oh, I'm not expecting you to do it at all. But I'll be heading back to the Citadel later.
I hate you so much.
Eyes down now.
There was a thingy I could scan. The Forbidden West. Really long, I'll read it later. Alright, so if we're gonna be going up against a Thunderjaw, we might want the Rope Caster. Let's see, where is... Okay, it's... this way. Gotcha. It's actually not too far. Save before we get our asses kicked.
This has to be the place. The Thunderjaw shouldn't be hard to find. Just hope I see it before it sees me.
There it is. down you go. Ba ba da 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 da.
No room.
Ba da 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 da. All right, and he's at the tent city.
Didn't even get to taste them.
I have your machine part. A deal's a deal. See to the girl, and it's yours.
On my oath. But tell me, if this girl survives, what do you suppose is her future?
It's better than not having a future at all.
What a charming notion. Come, come, let's be quick about this. Kindness doesn't keep well in the heat.
Uthid. I used to idolize him.
If it wasn't for the fact that I need your skills, I would have shot you.
We won't be strong enough to take back Meridian.
It's you. Hello again.
I've brought someone to see your sister.
How did you... What did we do to deserve... No. Wait. I don't even want to ask. In case a shadow passes over and it's gone.
Smart boy.
She'll have his full attention. Won't she?
Once I'm freed of other distractions, yes.
Just yesterday he seemed well enough.
Whatever work the mercenaries are doing, at least the Carja don't...
All right. Well, it's been 2 hours. I think this is actually a fairly good place to stop the stream. So, next time, we will be headed to the Grave Horde. To find out what Project Zero Dawn really was. In fact, let's go ahead and... looks like it's snowy, so put the wrong one there. Fast travel here to campfire, save, call it for the day. Sorry, I was stretching. Alright. He didn't even take the part. It's hilarious. Okay. No. Save. So, that'll do it for today's stream. Tomorrow, we will be continuing with Arkham Origins. The music will still be muted because copyright reasons, but that seems to be working. Wednesday I am off. Thursday the stream will be a little bit earlier than normal because I have afternoon appointments. But we'll be starting the Ace Combat 7 No Damage run. And then Friday we'll be back to our other Ace Combat 7 series, Team America 2 The Reckoning. And Saturday we'll be back with Horizon Zero Dawn to go after the Grave Horde. So I'd like to thank you all for joining me. Hope to see you tomorrow, and have a good evening, everybody.